You're listening to the Intercoastal Podcast, part of the Destination Marketing Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Intercoastal Podcast, where we share the stories that make the Lowcountry one of the most vibrant destinations in the South. I'm your host, Daquan Mickens, and today we're talking to you about the heart of the beloved tradition, the Beaufort Water Festival. Whether you've been attending for decades or this is your first time hearing about it, you're in for a treat. Joining me today is Greg Godfrey, part of the Water Festival team, to walk us through the history, excitement, and behind-the-scenes magic of the iconic summer event. Thanks for coming on the show, Greg.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we love the Water Festival here. If you've ever been a part of Beaufort, you've ever visited Beaufort, the Water Festival is a staple of Beaufort and what we do.
Absolutely. There's no better place to be in the summertime day than in the park, listening to the music and vibing with all the people that are in the park.
Yeah, I agree. I think 2 years ago was me and my wife's first time going to the festival. We lived here for 5 years and just never went down. And then we loved it so much that last year I brought my mother and father down, and we just went out downtown, ate some food, had some drinks, and then just walked downtown for the concert, and it was an amazing time.
Well, I mean, I think that's what makes the festival what the festival has become over the years, is the fact that it's a family event. Mm-hmm. We have something for everybody in the 10 days of the festival. You can come down and you can enjoy yourself. You can bring your kids down and enjoy Kids Day. Mm-hmm. If you got teenagers, we have Teen Night. They can come out and have a great time. Yeah. And then we have our Motown Mondays for that good old-fashioned mm-hmm. R&B. You know, we have our Rockin' on the River for our rock and roll guys and gals. So it's always an enjoyable event.
Yeah, I agree. And like you said, there's something for everybody. Whether if you're not into a certain type of music, or if you want to get some food, or they're having different types of food and they're having the Lowcountry boil or something else, and you don't want that, there's another day you can come, or they'll serve something else, or other vendors there as well. So it's definitely like a great local atmosphere. And then when visitors do come, they're like, oh wow, this festival's going on. That's pretty shocking. I didn't know that. So it's a great time for everybody.
Yeah, that's kind of how I got introduced to the Water Festival. I was in the military and I transferred down here the week of Water Festival, and I'm like trying to get the lay of the land and moving around, and all I heard about was the Water Festival. Water Festival this. You got to go down to the Water Festival. It's such an amazing event. And when I finally did make it down a year later, I realized what all the talk was about. It was truly amazing.
Yeah, it definitely makes you feel part of the community. So as a new person, you see all the locals, you see all the people who put the event on, you see the people you work with all throughout the town. So it definitely feels like a family cookout, a family gathering of that sense.
Oh, absolutely.
So let me ask you a couple questions. Like you said, you came to Beaufort via military. What was your first thoughts on Beaufort and that experience? Like, because usually we ask people their Beaufort story of how they got here.
Well, I guess I come from a small town in Louisiana, and the military brought me here, as I stated before. Yeah. So it kind of felt like I was going home. When I first pulled in, I was like, this looks really familiar. Like, I feel like I've been down these roads before. Yeah. And you can still tell, like, you drive the roads and people wave and say hi. Like, nobody's a stranger. Yeah. Everywhere you go, somebody will welcome you in with open arms. So that's always been what kept me in Beaufort, because I retired in 2021, and I couldn't see myself living in any other place other than Beaufort County. So I was like, okay, yeah, we can do this for a long time. Yeah, no,
I definitely understand that. It has that comfortability of Beaufort. For me, I'm from upstate South Carolina, and I knew nothing about Beaufort when I moved here, but that welcoming, the people here, whether it's a restaurant, it's the visitor center, they welcome you with open arms and want you to feel welcome when you do come in. So I definitely understand what you mean, and it definitely has some aspects of Louisiana to it, especially with it being on the coast and that small town feel. But you've been part of the Beaufort Water Festival for some time now. For someone new to the area or hearing about this for the first time, how would you describe what the festival is all about and why it's such an important tradition here in Beaufort?
I would tell anybody that was new, you just have to experience it. There is nothing like Saturday night concert in the park. I always go to the very back of the park once it kind of gets dark and like everything's up and rolling, and you look down, and you look down the walkway, and you just see waves of people having an amazing time, and that seems to be what it's like every night. Like, it's just something that you have to experience to understand how connected the community and the festival have been. People come out, they have their favorite nights, they come out and enjoy. We have a night for just about everybody. I'm sure if you come out, you'll find a night in 10 days that you'll be like, I'm gonna come back in the next year and the next year and the next year. So that's what I always tell any new person. Just come and experience what the festival looks like, and you'll see a community that comes together to support and have a great time.
I agree. Like I said, my family, my parents are coming back this year because they enjoyed it so much last year that they want to make it an annual thing to come to the water festival. We're going to try and get them to stay a little bit longer so they can experience the full festival. But that's the thing about our water festival. It's not just a one night or 2 night thing. It goes on for so long that you can come back another weekend and do it again. But we love you to stay and do everything in between. There you go.
That's why we enjoy it so much, because it's such a great festival. But it doesn't, like some festivals you go for, it's a weekend and they're great and you have a great time. But to be able to experience different musical acts, different events in a 10-day period is just so great for this community and for us.
I agree. If you don't mind me asking, how did you get involved with the water festival since you moved down here with the military? What drew you into the water festival?
Well, I'm a big country music fan.
Yeah.
And one of my friends was currently working at the festival, and I came out for an event when Aaron Lewis played. I think it's 2018.
Yeah.
And then the next year, we also do events prior to the water festival. We did a golf tournament, and I went out there to help him at the golf tournament. And then the next day, we did a T-shirt roll. And then my buddy was like, well, you keep coming down here. You might as well just go ahead and come to the festival. So I did. And I was blown away by everything. Like, I had never seen a festival like that. And I just was like, okay, this is something I want to keep doing. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to keep doing it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I say it every year, and thank you to you guys behind the scenes that don't get enough credit. People come out, enjoy the festival, and, appreciate it. But the people working to put up the tents, to take down the tents, to run the tickets, all the hard work and labor, not even just on the day or the week of the festival, it's everything leading up to the festival, the different events, the fundraising events, and things like that. So I will give my personal thank you for everything that you guys do.
And we appreciate that. Our thanks always comes from seeing people have a great time during the festival. So whether we hear it from a particular voice, when you can see the smiles on the kids' faces during Kids Day, or you can see everybody out there dancing in the park to Motown Monday, that's kind of our thanks. We know we did what we were supposed to do when we know we have people in the park having an amazing time and enjoying South Carolina culture.
Yeah, we have had commodores on, we've had directors on, and they said, once we get to the week of the festival, the hard part's done. Like, the work's already been put in. So then everybody can enjoy and see the festivities and actually just relax, because it's a festival time.
Yeah. That's when we get to enjoy ourselves, watching y'all enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, I agree. So there's plenty of summer festivals across the Southeast, but Beaufort's Water Festival seems like it has its own unique vibe. What do you think sets it apart from other regions' festivals?
More than anything, and I think this is the reason why any event is successful, is the community. If the community didn't come out, it wouldn't be the festival that it is today.
Yeah.
So everything that we do is so that the community can enjoy. And I think our community is what sets us apart from everybody else. I mean, we're sitting in this room, but you look out the window, the palm trees, the sun, people moving around, having a great time, enjoying the summer. People leave their homes and they all come down here to enjoy the summer and have a good time, and we put a festival on. So, I feel like that's the reason why our festival probably sets itself apart from everybody else, is because we have some amazing people who live in Beaufort County.
Yeah, that's a great point. I've never really thought about it that way. I remember growing up, there were festivals in my hometown, and when I was young, we talked about it and we looked forward to it, but it the community didn't support it like they do here with the water festival. And it's beyond just the kids, it's beyond just the parents, it's everybody looking forward to it all year long. You know, me and my wife talk about it. We're like, oh, we can't wait for the next festival, or it'll be March, and we're planning how we're going to work this trip around with my family visiting, or how we're going to go to the beach and then do something on the water with the festival. So,
and those are the stories that we like to hear.
Yeah.
Like, people get ready. They know it's coming.
Yep.
You start hearing about it the closer we get. Are you guys ready? Y'all ready? Y'all got everything? We're coming down to this night, or we're coming down to this night again. People have their favorite nights, and you'll hear about it in the grocery store, or if you're just walking the streets, somebody recognizes you as part of the staff for Water Festival. They'll let you know they're coming for their night.
Yeah. And that's a big point. A lot of people come back home, too, for the festivals. I know a lot of college kids or high school kids, or they'll leave or invite friends to come over for these festivals. I have friends throughout the state, so they will come and visit for Water Festival and be like, oh, I was at Water Festival and I didn't even know you were there. Or I'll have I've heard people from the gym, and I'll see them come back after they moved away. They'll come back for a Water Festival. So that's a big component of what you guys do.
That's that experience. Like I said, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, and the festival features such a wide variety of events throughout the 10-day run. For someone attending for the first time, what are some of the can't-miss signature events you would say you absolutely have to experience, and what makes them special?
Opening ceremony, the Marine Corps band, the fireworks. It's like, there's probably a million ways that you could start off a festival.
Yeah.
But listening to the Marine Corps band play and watching the fireworks in the evening is truly amazing. It's just an experience, and it reminds us of our military presence in Beaufort County and how important they are to us. So that's always, that day is just set aside so we can honor, you know, the community and our military veterans who make up our community. Saturday night concert in the park. What makes that amazing is it's a great music. We normally have a big headline act. This year it's going to be Chris Jansen. If you've never heard "Buy Me a Boat,"
Yeah.
So that kind of is that staple. Like I said, Motown Monday is just for our generation to come out and absolutely enjoy these guys who kill it on stage every year. You know, they're a can't miss act. And then throughout, like you said, Lowcountry Supper. You know, if you want to know why to come down to Lowcountry Supper, come taste the Lowcountry Boil real quick, and you'll understand why the line wraps around the corner for everybody to get in and experience that day. And then we still have a multitude of different days. I probably could sit here and talk about for hours on end. You know, but those are those days that you just enjoy so much. But every day of the festival is, to me, just so amazing that just the opportunity to experience it is always a humbling experience.
Yeah. No, I definitely understand that, because each day there's so much going on that it's hard to highlight one specific thing to do when you can do everything from craft vendors to paintings and things that are out there, or experience the things with your kids, or just let them run free in the fields out there.
Yeah, we have Lowcountry World, we have Rockin' on the River, we have Motown Monday, we have our talent show. You know, we have a Commodore's Ball. You know, we have a bunch of different events that just showcase exactly how amazing this community is.
Yeah, and the best part about us in the office is we'll work with, or we'll look and see, oh, are you going to the talent show? I know my boss Rob, he loves to take his boys and his daughters to the talent show so they can see. It's kind of like the Beaufort American Idol, so they can see the talent. Or you said go see Chris Jansen. Well, I've actually seen Chris perform at the Opry in Nashville, and he is amazing. He's a showsman.
Yes, absolutely.
Every time he gets on stage, but not only just the main act, but getting to know who the opening acts are. And sometimes there's a local artist opening up as well. So we enjoyed our time last year with the opening acts as well before the big acts.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's all part of the festival.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the festival wouldn't be the same without Beaufort's stunning waterfront. That backdrop where it's located, how would you describe the role that the riverfront plays in shaping the mood and spirit of the event?
I would just say that look at it. Like you have to experience it. To have a festival on the water where people pull their boats up and you get to look out and see this beautiful community that we have.
Yep.
Again, it's just something that you just have to experience. You know, there's a bunch of festivals, there's a bunch of concerts all over the globe every day.
Yep.
But I would challenge it to Beaufort right now against anybody, because we have this is not even man-made. We just happen to be able to sit in a park on the water and provide an amazing set of events for 10 days. And the water does help us every single time.
I agree. Just kind of, and it cools it down once the sun sets, and have that salt water smell and the cool breeze hit you. And then, like you said, with the opening ceremony, when everyone's just looking out at that waterfront and the fireworks are going off, it's just a truly amazing feeling, especially right after 4th of July.
There you go.
It's like you said, have to experience to feel and understand it fully. But over the years, you've likely witnessed some of truly memorable moments. Is there a particular festival memory or story that stands out in your mind as especially meaningful or unforgettable? And it could be behind the scenes. It could be 1 o'clock when you had to break something down or anything like that.
No, I think the most memorable parts is putting the park together and taking it down. The parts that people don't get to see a lot because they're, because of moving around and coming into town and everything. Yeah. The group that we have that we work with every year to get the park up and running and then take it down, like most people at the end of Commodore's Ball, they say bye for the year. I'll see you in a year. I'll see you next year, same time. And then we set off to take that park apart and put it back the way it's supposed to go for people to the next day to show up. And it's like they show up and they never noticed that there was ever a festival going on in there. But I think my most memorable moments are the ones with the staff when we're out there getting the park together, and when you see it up and running and everything goes up, the first time that stage goes up and the lights come on. And then when you take the last piece of equipment out of the park and it's over, and it's kind of like a sad moment because you've been with these people since September getting this ready. And even though you're going to see them walking around and you're going to bump into them in the grocery store, that camaraderie that we have during the festival is always heartwarming, because there's some amazing people who put in a lot of work to make sure that festival goes off with as little hitch as possible. Yeah. And you always kind of miss those people when you don't get to see them after you spent 10 days out in the sun making all this happen.
No, we've heard that before with other people who have come on. Like, it's that feeling of accomplishment when you take everything down and you're like, oh, wow, now it's just the park. There's nothing else here. That sense of we did it. And like you said, even though you do it all year long, it's that, all right, we're finished. We did it. It was successful feeling. So for guests who want to enjoy the festival respectfully and get the most out of their time, what advice would you offer, whether it's a particular tips or just the right mindset to bring with them?
I would always say, first thing is, there are a lot of people that want to come to the festival, so be patient. We try to get everybody in as expeditiously as possible. Being in South Carolina and being in Beaufort, the weather plays tricks on us every year. We cross our fingers every time we open that gate, and sometimes it's unfortunate, but we have to delay. So understand that we want our community to be as safe as possible. So any step that we take is to make sure that everyone can enjoy themselves and not worry about anything else. Yeah. I think that's the most important thing to remember. Come down and have a good time. It's an enjoyable event. I think if you ask anybody or most people, they'll tell you they've had an amazing time, or they have a bunch of memories. They met new friends down in the festival that they didn't know, and they've become lifelong friends. I mean, we're going on 70 years now. So, you've bumped into a few people a couple of times. I know so many more people because of the festival and coming down here that it's always so amazing. Be safe. Drink water. It's really hot, so make sure you hydrate. Monitor yourself if you're going to participate in the libations that are in the park. Understand, again, we just want everybody to be safe. Yeah. And so they can come back again next year and do it all over again. Yeah,
that's great advice. I won't say the R word, but it did last year. And if you just bring the right mentality, the right mindset of I'm going to enjoy the time I do have out here, you'll still have a great time, because we had a blast last year, even through everything that happened. So that's just a mindset every year when you go, like, just enjoy the festival as itself. When the festival wraps up, what do you hope people walk away with, whether they're long-time attendees, first-time attendees? What feeling or message do you want to send to them overall?
I think more than anything else, I would hope that people would realize that we can't all come together and have an amazing time and enjoy ourselves peacefully with everything that's going on. Sometimes I think that gets lost. So when you leave the festival, my hope is that you always say, I had a great time. I made some amazing people. Yeah. And I want to do this again the next year. Like, I always hope that when somebody leaves, they're like, I'm going to come back. Yeah. Maybe I missed a day. Maybe I have my favorite day and I don't never need to go to anything else other than that day. But seeing those faces in the park and somebody telling you that they came back is what I always hope for when it comes to the festival.
Yeah, that's a great message that you want everybody to leave with, especially now in a time of stress and uncertainty of everything. So that's definitely a great point. Thank you so much, Greg, for being on the podcast and showing everybody the behind the scenes of what makes the celebration of the Beaufort Water Festival great and such a special part of our Lowcountry culture. Whether you're here for the water sports, the live music, unforgettable sunsets over the river, this festival truly has something for everyone. Is there anywhere we can find the Water Festival information?
Yes, BeaufortWaterFestival.com. If you click on full schedule, it'll give you the list of everything we have going on during the week. And we have contacts, so please reach out if you have any questions. We have somebody that can answer them for you.
Well, thank you so much, Greg.
You're very welcome.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at visit_BeaufortSC and on Facebook at BeaufortSC. And as always, subscribe, leave us a review, and share the Intercoastal Podcast with anyone who loves the Lowcountry. Until next time, y'all go out and find your Intercoastal.
This has been another episode of the Intercoastal Podcast, hosted by Daquan Mickens and the team at Visit Beaufort, Port Royal, and the Sea Islands. Produced by Revolt.